My name is George Kilburn. I'm the author of the book, When We Were Young. It's about the different way of life that we lived in the 30s, living in a farm near a small town in eastern Kentucky. I wrote the book because I was asked to by my older brother's two children. They came to me after both their parents passed away and told me that they didn't know how their parents lived or anything about their life, and wanted me to write down some experiences so that they would know something about how their father lived. And that's when I started, and just it grew out of that. My father is my favorite character because he was the one that would sit back at the table and say, children were living off the fat of the land. We had a family farm, and everything that was on the table was grown on the farm. We had a Wells Knight that people don't know what it is anymore, but it was a fine old car with that velvety upholstery in it that you'd love to run your hand over. So life was very much simpler than it is today. We didn't have electricity when I was first born. We didn't have electricity until I was 10 years old. I remember getting the old Cathedral radio that Sears Roebuck sold. And Dad used to always listen to Lowell Thomas at 6 o'clock every evening, and we had to make do with what we had. When we played ball, for instance, we'd use a broomstick and an old rubber ball, something like that. We raised tobacco. We had a tobacco barn. It was a great place to play in. It was during one of these sessions that I learned not to try to chew tobacco. A bunch of us had been playing in the early summer in the barn. It was a rainy afternoon that kept us inside. From the previous fall, there were some leaves of tobacco lying on the ground. I thought it would be a neat time to try and see if it was any good to chew. After all, there were a lot of men who chewed it with no ill effects. All they did was stuff some of it in the cheek and then spit every once in a while. I hope that readers will take away from this an appreciation of what life was like in the Depression. We were self-sufficient, and I would like to see that they would have an appreciation for that and maybe learn something about how to do it.